the end of the last episode, we talked about how the Muslim Umayyads conquered almost all of the Iberian Peninsula, so
the Umayyads established themselves as rulers of the Muslim-controlled Iberia, but over the centuries, the caliphate weakened and got overthrown by the Almohads, a Berber caliphate from North Africa that previously controlled lands from Morocco to Tunisia. From the former Kingdom of Asturias, many newer Christian kingdoms evolved and created the countries we know today. Eventually, the Almohads lost all their land in Iberia to those Reconquista kingdoms, former of which were Leon, Castile, Galicia, Aragon, Catalonia, and Navarre. Later, in 914, Leon absorbed Galicia, and Portugal became independent from them in 1128, and in 1139, the first king was coronated Dom Afonso Henriques, the Conqueror. While Portugal was celebrating its independence, Catalonia was being absorbed into the Kingdom of Aragon, and about a century later, Leon was absorbed by Castile. By this time, only 4 major Christian kingdoms were left: Portugal, which we are going to talk about, Castile, which grew to dominate the peninsula, Aragon, which later expanded into Naples and mastered trade along the Mediterranean, and Navarre, which in contrast with their neighbors, spoke a totally unrelated language, Basque, which is not even Indo-European, it's related to Aquitanian, one of the tribes that existed before the Roman invasion, and has no other living relatives. Also, Navarre never grew much, and like so, never accomplished anything special. Aragon and Navarre would later be absorbed by Castile, forming Spain. Now, let's focus on Portugal. The first Portuguese capital was Guimarães, which later, during the reign of Dom Afonso Henriques, changed to Coimbra, for a better strategic location both militarily and economically. Portugal continued to expand south, until Dom Afonso Henriques conquered in 1147 yet another important settlement, Lisbon, which in 1256, during the reign of his great-great-grandson, Dom Afonso III, the Bolognese, would become the capital, since he moved the entire court there. He also finished the Reconquista of Portugal, conquering the Algarve in 1249, crowning himself King of Portugal and the Algarve. His son, Dinis I, the farmer king, would also create the first university in Portugal, in the city of Coimbra. He would also conserve the pine forest of Leiria, which was planted by his father to prevent the loss of arable land. This conservation awarded him his cognomen. Things would go smoothly until the reign of his great-grandson, Dom Fernando I the Handsome, which led to a succession crisis in which the Castilian king, Dom Juan I, tried to conquer Portugal, but failed. During the crisis, 7 Castilian soldiers hid inside a bakery's oven in Aljubarrota after a battle, and the baker mistress killed all of them. This woman was forever remembered as the Baker of Aljubarrota, yet another symbol in Portuguese popular culture. This was one of many attempts of Castilian kings trying to conquer Portugal, and failing despite having a vastly superior army. After the crisis ended, a new king from a new dynasty was crowned, Dom João I de Avis, the one of good memory, which was an illegitimate son of Dom Pedro I the Cruel, father of Dom Fernando. Dom João was also the king that allied Portugal with England, an alliance that lasts until this day. And that's all for today.